want it, get it, don't ever give up, you got it. You wanna make it, then chase it, no one can stop you. They're gonna hate you, but let them hate you, that's fine. Cause if they stand in your way, then you gotta leave them behind.
Yo, what is going on, guys? It is Sam R. Burns, and welcome back to the South Alabama Dynasty here on NCAA Football 14. We are in, I believe this is week 6. I want to say it's week 6. I don't know off the top of my head. But we're looking at some recruiting and just moving some points around. We don't have a very great recruiting class so far this year. We have like one commit, I think. But, you know, it's early in the season. We still got, a long ways to go to help, further the program into the future. And obviously, we're having a pretty damn good year. We're taking on New Mexico State this week here. But we're going to go ahead and look at the top stories as Georgia and USC both lose, as does Texas, which you'll see here in a second is going to go ahead and move us up in the polls. And we're going to go ahead and look at the top 25, and you'll see your top 10 right there. And coming in at number 12 is the South Alabama Jaguars. So we have moved up 5 spots from last week. We are up to 12th in the coaches poll, and I'll show you where we are in the media poll here in a second, as Indiana and California, as well as Texas Tech, both all of them jump into the top 25. Now moving on, we're going to go ahead and look at the media poll and where we rank in that. We ranked 10th in the media poll after being 14th last week, so the big win against Army and a couple losses by some other teams definitely helped us there. So it's, I don't want to say it, but it's definitely becoming a reality. We have a great shot at playing for a BCS bowl game this year. Obviously, we got to win out. We can't lose a game considering we're not in a BCS conference. But going ahead and looking at the Sun Belt standings in the Sun Division, we obviously are in the lead. Just one game ahead of Texas State, though. And you'll see in the Belt Division, Georgia State sits in second. Coach Ian Votes Panthers are having a pretty good year. But who else is having a pretty good year? Blowout Marshall. He's up to second in the Heisman race. As we're going to go ahead and get into this game after looking at the players of the week. We're playing New Mexico State. Not really a big game, but we're going to try to get the win.
Hi everybody, Reese Davis with you, bringing you the EA Sports NCAA Football 14 pregame show presented by Nissan. Innovation that excites. The Jaguars have shown few signs of weakness lately. They are exuding confidence in everything they do. String together a few W's, that's exactly what happens. We'll see if they can keep it up. Thanks for joining us here on the NCAA College Football pregame show. Now let's send it out to Brad and Kirk for all the action. We'll see you at the head.
Okay, so starting off, we got a 3rd down and 12, and Blowout Marshall's back to pass, firing over the middle for Ryan Anka, and that is a first down right there, 20-yard reception out across the 50-yard line, his first catch of the day. And now on 1st down and 10, Marshall handing off to Jay Jones, who's going to get up the middle for about 5 yards, and that is his second carry of the day. He's only up to 3 yards rushing, but we'll see if he can get better throughout the day. And here we go on that second and 5. Jay Jones is going to break a couple tackles, and he has some space on the left side, and he is taken down after an 11-yard reception. That is his first catch of the day. And now on 1st and 10, Blowout Marshall is going to keep this one on the read option, and he has some space and can't quite break that tackle. That's going to be a 12-yard gain right there for Blowout Marshall, his first carry of the day. But we couldn't get in the end zone right there, and I shanked the field goal. So this game will remain at 0-0. So here we go, a 1st down and 10 on our next possession after a 3 and out. Marshall back to pass, and he is going deep. He's got Matt Harris, that's his name. Don't know why I forgot it, but that's a 47-yard touchdown for Matt Harris. First touchdown pass of the day for Blowout Marshall, and the Jaguars have the first score of the day. 7-0 for the 12th ranked team in the nation. And here is Marquette Washington up the middle for a 13-yard gain right there, and now bringing up a 3rd down and 7 for New Mexico State. Griffin is back to pass. He will fire on the left side for Williams, and that is another first down. Nathan Williams, a 9-yard reception there on 3rd and 7. But here we go, a 2nd down and 19. Griffin back to pass, and he will be firing deep over the middle, intercepted by Fuller. I don't know which one that is, but one of the Fuller brothers get the interception. and that gives us the ball back here. 2nd down and 12 now, firing on the left side to Matt Harris, and that is a 15-yard gain for him. He's had a pretty good career here. It's only his 2nd year, but he had a great season last year, and he's having another great season this year. So on 1st and 10, pitching it to Jay Jones, and he's going to go ahead and get 9 yards right there to bring up a 2nd down and 1. He is up to 12 yards rushing, and on that 2nd one, Marshall just going to hand it off to him again, and Jones has some room on the left side, and he is out near the 48-yard line, an 11-yard gain for Jay Jones. He's up to 23 yards rushing on the day. 3rd down and 4 now. Marshall back to pass, and he will be firing on the left side for Chavarez Smith. We haven't heard much of him at all this year. 5-yard reception right there, his first catch of the day. And that's going to be the end of the first quarter. South Alabama holds a 7-0 lead here over New Mexico State, excuse me. You know, it's closer than we would have liked. This is a game we kind of have to win. Marshall back to pass, and he's going to fire on the left side and find Jay Jones. So that makes it 14-0. And like I was saying, this is a game we have to win. We really have to win every game here from here on out. We're getting close to being bowl eligible, you know, but it's still a big game. We still want to, you know, go undefeated because that's our main goal this year. As you'll see right here, Thomas Warren getting the 9-yard reception on 2nd down and 1. And there are some rumors coming out of just the Sunbelt offices and whatnot that South Alabama and Georgia State will be moving conferences after this year. You know, it's nothing confirmed yet. We'll see what happens in the offseason. But we got an entire season still to focus on. We still got a half of a year to go. Still got to finish out the season. And right there, Jay Jones finishing out that run with a pretty good gain right there. He's up to 64 yards rushing. Now a 2nd down and 9. Blowout Marshall is back to pass, and he's going to be rolling to his right side, and he has some room, so he's going to go ahead and take off, and he has some blockers, and Blowout Marshall is into the end zone. 30-yard touchdown run for Marshall on the broken play. No one was really open, so Marshall took it to himself, and he is going to bowl his way into the end zone for the touchdown to make it a 21-0 game. And here we go. Next possession, 3:50 remaining in the first half. Marshall is going to find Ryan Anka on the right sideline, a 16-yard reception before he gets out of bounds. Now on 1st and 10, handing off to Jay Jones on the stretch play, and he is going to get some pretty good yards right there before getting decked out, and that is an 8-yard gain for Jay Jones. And here we go on the wide receiver screen. Matt Harris has some room up the right side, and he is taken down after about an 11-yard gain right there. Matt Harris was his 3rd catch of the day. He's up to 73 yards receiving. Now on 1st and 10, Marshall back to pass. He wants to go over the middle, nowhere really to go, and he's going to throw across his body and find Ryan Anka at about the 20-yard line. 2:56 remaining now here in the first half. There's a flag on the play, but it is just offsides. Going to go ahead and decline that, and there is a 21-yard gain for Ryan Anka and the Jaguars offense. And now Marshall back to pass, and he's going to fire on the right side for Matt Harris, who's going to bowl his way down to the 1-yard line. That's an 11-yard catch for Matt Harris, his 4th of the day. And now on 1st and goal, Jay Jones is going to walk into the end zone for the touchdown. Makes it 28-0 here with 2:04 remaining in the first half, as the New Mexico State Aggies going to get the ball back here. Griffin firing on the right side, and he finds Jones right there. Zach Jones, the 11-yard catch to get a 1st down right there. Now 1st down and 10. Griffin back to pass on the screenplay. He's going to find Marquette Washington up the left side, and he is taken down after a 7-yard gain right there, as New Mexico State's going to use their first timeout. Now 3rd down and 9. Griffin back to pass, and he's going to go over the middle, and it is batted down by E.J. May to bring up a 4th down. Alan Griffin not having a great game, only 10 of 20 for 82 yards and an interception. And here we go on 4th and 9. Battle, the punter is back to pass. It's a fake punt. Nothing's really there. Clifford is coming up to try to get a tackle, and then someone comes open right there. It is Bell, and then a missed tackle right there gives New Mexico State a 33-yard reception on the fake punt. But they would miss a field goal off of it, so that brings up a 2nd down and 10 here with 10 seconds to go. Marshall's going to fire deep on the right side. He's got Ryan Anka, who's going to bowl his way down to about the 34-yard line, as the Jaguars will use a timeout and will be kicking a 50-yard field goal right here. And we'll see if he can hit it. The kick is up, and is it long enough? It is. And Logan Gunn with the 50-yard field goal to make it 31-0 at the half. And once again, it's another blowout. This is why the Jaguars are potentially moving conferences after this year. Just try to get some more competition, because really, when you look at it, it just hasn't been the competition. You know, it was great in the first couple of years, but you know, we've just been blowing everyone out this year, and it just really hasn't seemed fair. So moving into a more difficult conference definitely seems like a good move for the program. As you'll see, the halftime stats right here, we're basically killing them in every category. Just including points. It's 31-0. This game's pretty much over by now. But, you know, there's still an entire half of football to play. They still could make a run. We scored 31 points in a half. Why can't they score 31 points in a half? Well, maybe it's because they're New Mexico State. But we're going to go ahead and get back into the ball game here in the second half. And it is the first play of the second half for Alan Griffin. And he is back to pass. And he will be firing on the right side. And it is caught by Zach Jones right there. The 18-yard catch. Zach Jones is having a pretty good game. That's his 6th catch of the day. But they wouldn't get anything out of that, so it's a 1st down and 10 for the Jaguars. And Jay Jones is going to go ahead and get 6 yards right there. He's up to 79 yards rushing. Now a 3rd down and 4. Marshall back to pass. He's going to be rolling to his right side. He's got a man, and he's going to take off anyways. Marshall on 3rd and 4 just going to go ahead and get out of bounds. After a 12-yard gain, more than enough for a 1st down. He's up to 74 yards rushing. And now handing it off to Jay Jones up the middle, and Jay is going to go ahead and get 9 yards right there to make it a 2nd down and 1. He's up to 88 yards. And now on 2nd and 1, handing off to Jay Jones once again. He's going to get around the corner and spin down after an 11-yard gain. So one thing that's really interesting, having this, having a great running back in Jay Jones and a great quarterback in Blowout Marshall, running-wise, they're both closing in on 1,000 yards rushing. And Jay Jones the last 2 years, well, not last 2 years, his sophomore year he didn't go over 1,000. He had like 800 yards, but last year he went over 1,600 yards, and it was a big year. So to have 2,000-yard rushers this year would be awesome. As you saw, we went ahead and got a touchdown right there earlier. But anyways, so Alan Griffin is going to be back to pass. He's going to fire. It's intercepted by E.J. May. But yeah, it'd be really awesome to have 2,000-yard rushers. It's just something you don't see all too often. Like the Nevada Wolfpack did it once. They had 3,000-yard rushers actually, because they were a really prolific offenses. We went ahead and got the field goal right there to make it 41-0. Now Alan Griffin is intercepted on the very next play. They get the ball. There's a minute 59 remaining in the 3rd quarter. That is the 3rd turnover of the day for the New Mexico State Aggies, and it would lead to another field goal try by Logan Gunn, and his 3rd field goal of the day goes through. He is 3 for 4 on the day now, and now it's 44-0. This game is pretty much over. I mean, it was over at halftime, but Adam Shapiro not giving up. That's a 26-yard gain right there as my cat opens a door because he's a rebel. But 3rd down and 4. Alan Griffin is going to go ahead, and he's going to fire over the middle for Zach Jones, who's having a big impact on this game for New Mexico State. 24-yard gain right there for Zach Jones. That's his 7th catch of the day. But that brings us to the end of the 3rd quarter, and we hold a 44-0 lead. This game is pretty much over. Not much of a contest so far. We've been proving that we are, a top 12 team in the nation. Maybe a top 10 team, maybe a top 5 team. I don't know. We'll see. We do need some upsets in front of us to happen in order to, creep into the top 5. Like, realistically, being ranked 12th this earlier in the season, we do have a chance at playing for a national championship. I think it's slim, but if we run the table, the chance is definitely there. So we'll do what we can right there, as Ryan Anka is going to get in the end zone right there, and he's having a big day. 7 catches for $146, and that is his 1st touchdown. And to end the game off right here, Cristobal Dinham, the 3rd string running back, is going to get in the end zone to make it 58-7, and that is going to be your ball game. That is your final score, as you'll see the replay right here. It wasn't that impressive of a run, but this is going to be your ball game. The Jaguars win it 58-7, another big win, as Bilal Marshall is your player of the game. He throws for 302 yards, 4 total touchdowns, including that rushing touchdown he had. So, a big win as we stay undefeated on the season. Next week, we got a pretty big game against our quote-unquote rival, Troy. I don't think they're our biggest rival anymore with Georgia State now. I think has taken that place, but Troy apparently is a rival. But I want to thank you guys for watching. I hope you did enjoy it, and I will see you guys next time. Peace.